The engine growled to life as I turned the key, casting a dim glow across the desolate road ahead. It was past midnight, and the darkness outside seemed to swallow everything in its path. I glanced at the GPS, its screen illuminating the interior of the car with an eerie blue light. According to it, I still had a few hours of driving left before reaching my destination. I had never been fond of driving at night, especially on unfamiliar roads, but this trip couldn't wait. The urgency gnawed at my nerves as I pressed down on the accelerator, the headlights cutting through the thick veil of darkness. Miles passed by in a blur, the monotony of the road broken only by the occasional flicker of a roadside lamp. The silence inside the car was deafening, broken only by the low hum of the engine and the rhythmic thud of my heartbeat. As the minutes stretched into hours, fatigue began to weigh heavy on my eyelids. I rolled down the window, hoping the cool night air would help keep me awake. But with each passing mile, the temptation to close my eyes grew stronger. Just when I thought I couldn't hold on any longer, something caught my attention. Up ahead, nestled in the darkness, was a figure standing by the side of the road. My heart skipped a beat as I slowed down, squinting to get a better look. It was a woman, her silhouette illuminated by the faint glow of the moon. She seemed to be waving for help, her hand outstretched in desperation. Instinct told me to keep driving, but something about her seemed off. Against my better judgment, I pulled over, the crunch of gravel beneath the tires echoing in the silent night. As I rolled down the window, the woman approached, her face hidden in the shadows. "Are you okay?" I called out, my voice shaky with apprehension. She didn't answer, but instead leaned in closer, her features slowly coming into view. Her eyes were empty sockets, devoid of any semblance of life. I recoiled in horror, my heart pounding in my chest. Before I could react, she reached out with skeletal hands, her fingers curling around my arm with a vice-like grip. Panic surged through me as I tried to break free, but her hold only tightened, her touch ice-cold against my skin. With a sudden burst of strength, I wrenched myself away, the adrenaline fueling my actions. I slammed my foot on the gas pedal, the tires screeching as I peeled away from the nightmare on the roadside. But the horror was far from over. As I glanced in the rearview mirror, I saw her standing in the middle of the road, her form flickering in and out of existence like a ghostly apparition. My heart raced as I realized she was following me, her hollow gaze fixed on my fleeing car. I drove faster, desperation clawing at my chest as I tried to put as much distance between us as possible. But no matter how fast I went, she was always there, a haunting specter in the darkness. Hours passed in a blur of fear and exhaustion, the lines between reality and nightmare blurring together. Just when I thought I couldn't take it anymore, I saw a glimmer of light up ahead, a gas station looming in the distance like a beacon of hope. With a surge of relief, I pulled into the parking lot, the harsh glare of the fluorescent lights washing over me. I stumbled out of the car, my legs trembling with exhaustion as I staggered towards the entrance. But as I crossed the threshold, a chill ran down my spine. The air inside was thick with an oppressive silence, the only sound the faint buzz of the overhead lights. I looked around, my heart pounding in my chest. That's when I saw her, the woman from the roadside, her empty eyes fixed on me with a hunger that sent shivers down my spine. I turned to run, but it was too late. The door slammed shut behind me with a deafening thud, trapping me inside with the darkness and the horror that lurked within. And as I stood there, paralyzed with fear, I realized that in the dead of night, on the desolate roads that stretch on forever, there are things far more terrifying than the darkness itself.